Quite right.
Do we know any professionals who started drawing from a later age? That's a good question there. Grant, do you know people who started drawing pretty late?
That's a good question, actually. I'm trying to think. I don't personally, just because I've been in that sort of realm, and so if I know people that draw and so forth, they've been doing it since college or whatever. So I can't particularly think of any. Um, Although, do you know, it, in the Blender world that I am part of, as you may know, there's a famous person called Blender Guru, and he's recently started doing drawing and sort of dedicating time each day. And he's becoming quite good and a decent level, I would say. So it kind of shows that you can adopt it later on in life, if that's what you're thinking. Is it too late for me? Is the question, isn't it? But I really don't think it is. And I've seen lots of people who picked up Blender and things like that, which is a similar sort of difficulty level, and how many steps it is and how much time you have to practice and so forth. And they've become at a really good, decent level. So I think it is possible, in my opinion.
I think the main disadvantage of starting late is just that you started late in that you've got less time compared to the person who's been doing it for a
Yeah,
lot longer. But don't let that get magnified by looking at that person and saying, oh, they're better than me. So if somebody else started drawing at 10 years old and you don't start till you're 30, if you start looking at a 30-year-old who's been doing it for 20 years, yeah, they started when they were 10, and you look at them next to you and go, well, they're much better than me. Well, of course they are. They've been doing it 20 years. You've been doing it 20 days. And if you let that inspire you, wow, what could I be like in 20 years? You'll be great. If you let it demotivate you by saying, I'm never going to get that good, well, then you're right. You won't. So just control your psychology with it, and just understand that there is an element of just putting a lot of time in, having the right early tutoring, and early guidance and early
mm,
challenges, and which is why we've chosen Grant to help, is vital, and it's going to make a huge difference to your long term outcome. It's just the same as having the right coach as an athlete. So.